We have all heard the exact same piece of advice from parents, grandparents, and that one uncle who thinks he is a real estate mogul. They tell you that renting is just throwing your hard-earned money away. They say you are paying off someone else's mortgage when you could be building your own wealth. It sounds incredibly convincing on the surface. After all, nobody wants to throw money into a black hole every single month. So we save up, we stress out, and we chase the dream of home ownership like it is the ultimate finish line of adulthood. But what if the math we have been sold is completely wrong? What if buying a house is not the automatic wealth machine we think it is, and renting is actually a smarter financial move for some of us? Today, we are going to break down the actual costs of both sides so you can figure out what actually makes sense for your wallet. We are going to look past the emotional hype and focus on how money actually flows in the real world. Let's start with the biggest misunderstanding in the entire housing debate. People love to compare a monthly rent payment of $2,000 directly to a monthly mortgage payment of $2,000. They see those two numbers, realize they are identical, and conclude that buying is the obvious winner because you get to keep the house at the end. This comparison is a trap. There is a classic rule of thumb in real estate that perfectly explains why this comparison fails. Your rent is the absolute maximum amount of money you will pay for housing every month. If the water heater explodes, the roof leaks, or the pipes freeze, you do not pay a single extra penny. You just call your landlord, complain about the cold shower, and go about your day. Your mortgage, on the other hand, is the absolute minimum amount of money you will pay every month. Once you buy a house, that monthly bank payment is just the baseline starting point. When the roof starts leaking on a rainy Tuesday night, there is no landlord to call. You are the landlord now, and you get to write a check for $10,000 to a roofing company. That sudden expense is what we call an unrecoverable cost, meaning money you spend that you will never see again. Suddenly, that identical monthly payment comparison looks very different. When you buy a home, you don't just pay for the home itself. You also pay a massive amount of money just for the privilege of borrowing money and owning property. Let's look at how a mortgage actually works in the real world during the first few years. Imagine you buy a home for $400,000 with a standard 30-year loan. In those first 10 years, the vast majority of your monthly payment goes toward paying interest to the bank. You are barely touching the actual price of the house. This process is called amortization, which is just a fancy way of saying the bank gets paid first while you build equity incredibly slowly. Equity is the portion of the home that you actually own, free and clear of the bank's loan. Beside the bank interest, you also have property taxes and home insurance. Property taxes are not a one-time fee. You pay them every single year to your local government.